So, as you prepare for your next journey, take a quiet moment and picture what it feels like to move through the world without strain. A lighter bag is not just something you carry. It's a message to yourself that ease is allowed, that you deserve calm as you explore. Every item you decide to leave behind opens a little more room for the things that truly lift your heart. The book you actually plan to read, the scarf that makes you feel warm and elegant, the camera you'll use to capture a sunset that no one else will see quite the way you do. Travel has a way of teaching us that comfort and freedom are not accidents. They are choices we make before we even lock our front door. When you choose to pack only what supports your comfort, your health, and your sense of wonder, you make space for the moments that matter. The laughter over a cup of coffee in a small square, the steady rhythm of your footsteps along a quiet boardwalk, the calm that comes from knowing you have everything you need and nothing you don't. There's a special kind of confidence that comes from stepping into an airport or a train station with a bag that feels light and manageable. You look around, see other travelers rushing or struggling with heavy suitcases, and you feel something different. A soft assurance that you have already taken care of yourself in the best way. That feeling stays with you through security lines along cobblestone streets, even as you settle into a seat and watch the scenery roll by. If today's gentle reminders spoke to you, share them with a friend or family member who loves to travel. Talk about the relief that comes from letting go of clutter, both inside your bag and inside your thoughts. Invite someone to plan a trip with you, or simply encourage them to enjoy the idea of exploring again. And if you find yourself longing for more calm, practical tips to make each adventure easier, stay close to Golden Journey's guide. We'll keep gathering the kind of wisdom that lets every journey feel welcoming and possible. Together, we'll continue to discover how wide the world can feel when we move through it with clarity, lightness, and care. Travel light, travel safe, and let every step remind you that the world always has room for those who walk with curiosity and kindness. One of the most common packing mistakes seniors make is filling a suitcase with bulky, just-in-case items. It begins innocently enough. An extra sweater for chilly nights, another pair of shoes in case the first ones get wet, a heavy coat even if the forecast says mild. Before you know it, you're sitting on top of the bag, trying to coax the zipper closed, wondering how such a simple trip could suddenly feel complicated. The truth is, most destinations today are far more prepared for your comfort than you might expect. Hotels and even small guest houses often provide warm blankets, laundry services, and easy access to shops if you truly need something you didn't bring. A single, lightweight jacket, a scarf that can double as a shawl, and one dependable pair of walking shoes are usually more than enough. The less you carry, the easier every moment becomes. Gliding through airport doors without the strain of a heavy handle, stepping onto a train platform with freedom in your shoulders, or sliding your bag effortlessly into an overhead compartment. Think about how peaceful it feels to move through a terminal without hurrying, without the quiet worry that your bag might be too full or too heavy. When you release yourself from the burden of unnecessary extras, you open a little space for curiosity. Maybe you find yourself lingering at a window to watch planes rise into a pink evening sky, or pausing to listen to a street musician at a station because you're not weighed down by an overstuffed tote. Light packing isn't just about saving energy. It's also about granting yourself permission to enjoy travel at a gentler pace. A suitcase that closes easily and leaves room for souvenirs is a quiet promise that you'll return home with stories, not strain. If you've ever sighed at the thought of dragging too many belongings through cobblestone streets or hotel hallways, let this be your sign to choose simplicity. With every unnecessary layer you decide to leave behind, you give yourself the gift of movement, ease, and a deeper connection to the journey itself. Another quiet trap waiting inside many travel bags is technology overload. It starts with good intentions: a camera for special moments, a tablet for books, an old GPS because it once felt reliable, a tangle of chargers just in case. By the time everything is laid out, you're facing a pile of cords and screens that could weigh as much as a small pet. It's not just heavy. It creates clutter that follows you through every checkpoint, every hotel lobby, every tiny cafe table where you try to untangle a cable while keeping your tea from spilling. Today, one well-chosen smartphone can replace nearly all those devices. It can hold your boarding passes, maps, reading material, and even capture beautiful memories with astonishing clarity. Add a lightweight power bank, a single universal adapter, and one pair of comfortable headphones, and you're prepared for most situations without filling every pocket. Security lines also become far smoother when your electronics are minimal and neatly arranged instead of a jumble that invites extra screening. Imagine the calm of slipping a tidy pouch from your bag. Just your phone, a charger, and headphones resting together. No frantic search through zippers, no low battery panic while cords coil around your hands. You'll move with a quiet confidence, knowing every tool you carry has a clear purpose. Travel is meant to open space in your mind as well as your luggage. By trimming your tech, you create room for moments that don't need a screen. The hush of a train gliding through the countryside, the taste of fresh bread at a corner bakery, the smile of someone who notices you looking up instead of down. Packing light on gadgets isn't about giving up comfort. It's about reclaiming attention for the details that make each journey unforgettable. Some of the most troublesome things travelers pack are the items that airports or border agents consider prohibited or risky, and they often end up buried at the very bottom of a bag. It may be a bottle of liquid that's too large for current limits, a pair of sharp scissors left over from an old craft kit, or spare batteries tucked loosely between sweaters. They seem harmless at home, but in the bright lights of a security checkpoint, they suddenly feel like obstacles standing between you and the calm start you imagined for your trip. Rules evolve every year, and 2025 has its own updates. Certain health supplements now need to remain in their original containers. Some countries have new restrictions on items with strong magnets, while others question decorative walking sticks or canes that conceal metal parts. Even large amounts of cash can invite unnecessary attention if they are stuffed into random corners of a carry-on. Taking a few minutes to read airline and customs guidelines before you pack can save hours of stress later. Picture yourself stepping confidently up to the screening belt, knowing there are no surprises in your bag. You place it gently on the conveyor, glide through the scanner, and collect it without a pause while others are being asked to open and explain. That easy moment is worth the quiet care of packing thoughtfully. A little preparation lets you avoid the awkwardness of trying to explain why a certain object is there or why it doesn't meet size requirements. It keeps you from losing precious belongings to confiscation or facing fines that could have been avoided. More than that, it keeps your mind clear, allowing you to stay focused on the joy of the trip ahead rather than the tension of an inspection line. Leaving behind questionable items isn't about fear or restriction, it's about creating space for calm. It's about walking through airports and customs areas with a sense of lightness, knowing you've already removed anything that might weigh down the beginning of your adventure. That peace of mind is a small, powerful gift you can give yourself before you even leave home. Medications deserve special care when you are preparing for a trip, yet many travelers end up turning their bags into tiny pharmacies without even realizing it. There's a natural urge to bring every bottle just in case, to tuck extra tablets in small envelopes, or to mix pills together in a plastic bag. It can feel reassuring at home, but on the road, it often creates more confusion than comfort. Security officers may hesitate over unlabeled tablets. Customs agents may question unidentified liquids, and you may find yourself fumbling through crumpled packages while a boarding line quietly forms behind you. The wiser approach is calm and deliberate. Before you pack, lay out only the prescriptions and supplements you truly need for the length of your journey, with a few extra days as a cushion. Keep each one in its original container or a clearly marked organizer. A simple weekly pill case, divided by time of day, can fit easily in a pocket of your carry-on and save you from carrying half a dozen bulky bottles. Slip a grief doctor's note or a printed prescription list alongside it, so if a question ever arises, you have clear proof that everything belongs to you and serves a medical purpose. Imagine arriving at your hotel after a smooth trip, unzipping a small pouch, and seeing your medications neatly arranged and ready whenever you need them. No rummaging, no mystery tablets rolling loose at the bottom of your bag. No worry that you left an essential dose behind. That little moment of order can make the difference between starting your holiday with a deep breath or with a flicker of stress. Packing medicines with care is also a way of honoring your health as a quiet companion on every journey. It means choosing clarity and ease over clutter. When you take time to prepare them properly, you give yourself a gift, the ability to enjoy new streets, new landscapes, and new meals without a shadow of uncertainty about the tools that keep you well. A thoughtfully packed kit isn't just practical, it's an expression of respect for your body and for the peaceful adventures you deserve. Sentimental but fragile belongings have a way of tugging at your heartstrings just as you are zipping up your suitcase. A delicate photo frame from your grandchildren, or a porcelain figurine collected during a long-ago trip, or a cherished teacup passed down through generations can seem like the perfect companions for your new adventure. Yet these objects, as meaningful as they are, often don't stand a chance against the bumps, drops, and jostles of real travel life. A moment of turbulence, a hurried transfer, or a suitcase set down a little too hard can be enough to turn irreplaceable memories into shards. The first step is to pause and ask yourself whether bringing these treasures is truly necessary. Sometimes the best way to honor a fragile keepsake is to leave it safe at home, waiting to welcome you back. If you decide it must come along, give it the respect and protection it deserves. Wrap it carefully in layers of soft clothing or bubble wrap and place it in the center of your luggage, far from the hard edges that can cause pressure. For items of deep emotional value, consider carrying them in your personal bag where you can keep an eye on them, rather than letting them vanish into a cargo hold where rough handling is inevitable. It's also wise to think about substitutes. Could you travel with a high-quality photo of that heirloom instead of the object itself? Could you scan or photograph letters and carry the digital versions on your phone? By choosing replicas or digital backups, you safeguard the memories while keeping your load light and your mind free from constant worry about breakage. Travel is meant to broaden your world, not tighten your grip on fragile things. By being selective and protective, you preserve both the stories behind your sentimental items and the serenity of your journey. When you return, your treasures will still be intact, ready to spark memories as you tell friends about the places you've been, rather than serving as reminders of something lost along the way. Negative expectations can quietly steal the joy from a journey long before your plane even leaves the ground. They start as small, uneasy thoughts. What if the hotel isn't as comfortable as promised? What if the food doesn't agree with you? What if you feel too tired to enjoy the sights? Before you know it, those questions form a cloud that hovers over every plan, dimming the excitement you once felt. Travel, especially later in life, is meant to be a gift, a way to connect with new people, explore unfamiliar corners of the world, and remind yourself how vibrant life can be. But when you carry a heavy bag of what ifs, you rob yourself of the very sense of possibility that makes each trip so special. The art of packing for the mind is as important as folding clothes neatly into a suitcase. Instead of rehearsing worries, give space to images of discovery and delight. Picture yourself laughing with fellow travelers on a scenic train, savoring a cup of coffee at a sunny cafe, or strolling slowly through a market alive with color and sound. These hopeful snapshots set the stage for real experiences to match. Problems may still arise, a sudden downpour, a misconnection, an unexpected detour. Yet a traveler who expects joy rather than disaster is far better prepared to meet challenges with calm and creativity. One powerful trick is to focus on gratitude before and during your trip. Each morning, name a few things you are looking forward to: a beautiful view, a peaceful moment, the chance to learn something new. Gratitude reshapes your inner dialogue, turning anxious speculation into eager anticipation. It reminds you that travel is less about flawless schedules and more about presence, curiosity, and resilience. When you leave negative expectations behind, you make room for wonder. You allow space for small surprises, a kind gesture from a stranger, a sunset that catches you off guard, a conversation that lingers in your memory. Choosing optimism does not mean pretending everything will be perfect. It means trusting yourself to handle imperfections with grace and to savor the countless moments that go right. Your journey becomes lighter, not because circumstances change, but because you have learned to travel with an open heart.
So, when you prepare for your next journey, remember this: a lighter bag is more than luggage. It's an invitation to enjoy every moment. Pack only what serves your comfort, your health, and your sense of wonder. Picture yourself stepping onto a calm path, map in hand, feeling free and steady. That's what careful packing gives you, the gift of ease. If today's tips inspired you, share them with someone planning a trip soon. And if you'd like more gentle, practical advice for seniors and retirees who love to explore, stay close to Golden Journeys Guide. We'll keep walking the world together, one peaceful step at a time. Final memorable line: travel light, travel safe, and let every journey remind you how beautifully the world welcomes those who wander with care.